you should know yourself that what are you attracted towards, what do you find attractive to do, what do you like to do. You can ask others what do they like about you, what things you are good at, what is what you enjoy, what is that something which you do and you don't even feel time is passing and things, etc. So then you will find that is it the different kind of personalities. Am I like a spiritual introvert type person that I like to be in muraqabah and deep thinking and reflection and thing? Then you can actually excel in this field and do yourself, teach others in that field. Some people find they like talking, teaching, reading, writing. Their worship is through that. Actually, that is their worship, they come. Some people, they like actually, when they look at the world, they see, oh, if I had choice, I can solve this problem. I want to solve. What affects them most in their heart, for example, when they look at the problems of the world or actually people suffering, that thing which affects them, that there is meaning, there is some talent, there is some actually passion in there, so they can recognize. So that can be serving the widows. Someone actually made, actually, you may say, animal sanctuary there, because that's their, that's also a good thing. Someone made like a orphanage. They have this actually type of, someone made a donkey sanctuary. They want these poor animals to suffer, whatever. Anyway, some actually for environment, earth. So this is, you see, people are already manifesting. If you look at the charity organization or NGOs, these are not governmental or the government have said you should do. They are just come out about from people's inside. And many of them are just voluntarily. Another thing to know your talent is, what is it that even money is not involved and you still do it? You won't get, you will even do it free. What if the money is not part of equation and you still will do it? That is type of thing. Some people, when they look at the world, they think, oh, there are people oppressed. There are injustices on the face of the earth. They are the people then who wants to hold justice, who wants to establish the justice on the face of the earth and thing. And they want to fight the evil, the criminals, meaning evil people. So police hai, army hai, for example, they are manifest people who go there voluntarily. They have that talent and they show there. Some people have the passion of, some people, for example, they want to give good advice. They are good at that, talking, whatever. They should da'wah tabligh. So I'm just giving you, there's a spectrum. After knowing general purpose of life is worship, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is model for all kinds of these services, because he had all these talents which human being ever can have. So that's why he was the best leader, best actually political leader, president, best judge, best army, best husband, best neighbor, best prophet, best teacher, best seeker of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for him, he had a treasure of all these talents. We, on the other hand, we don't have. So we should, like the Turkish, actually, when they used to teach, they used to say that we don't teach here fish here to fly and bird to swim. That's against actually their nature. Same is the case with a person. You can't teach a bird. If you teach a bird to swim, no matter how, it will still be a bad swimmer. A fish, you teach how much you fly, it will be not a good flying position. This is example of what a person is born a talent with, actually. And if a person finds, it's not very difficult to find. That is the job of the mentor to identify through different exercise or to his talk, whatever. And then putting him in that. That is your worship and purpose of life. Now get on with it. And this is, one is your training, salah, zakah, actually as the obligation and training, both are training. But the purpose of life is what you already have as a talent. And you synchronize that and you, alhamdulillah, will excel. You will like you to be doing that because it will be like your hobby, it will be like your passion, you will enjoy it. It's like you see now many people, they like nawafil, they are praying nawafil all the time, sajda, zikr, and many other, they like, for example, doing dawah and tabligh, many like service and things, many like organizational matters, many like talking. So there's so many things, and there's so many ways to know yourself. It's not difficult if a person ponders. So this is up to now. Alhamdulillah, this is sufficient for today. If you have any question regarding that, please do it, and also make notes and internalize these things, because you can't refer to your notes when you are actually mentoring someone. You should know it, basic, actually, you may say, that purpose of life, La ilaha illallah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the model, and then actually where does salah, zakah come, and actually preparing the person, and then identifying worship is manifesting the sifat. Which sifat do you have more easily you can find in yourself? Is it of khidmah, generosity, or help, or jihad, or whatever? So, and then that person can, alhamdulillah, guided towards that, and whatever, then after any evil, negativity, that can be removed, and there's a way to do that after, inshallah.
So brothers or brothers and sisters online as well, if you have any questions regarding to what's been taught today, or any clarification, then please put your hand up and ask.
One big misconception should be clear now. Worship does not only refer to salah, zakat. They are worship because they are training for the real worship is to manifest the sifat. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are to worship 24 hours. We can't pray salah 24 hours, but we can actually serve and manifest some of one sifat or the other sifat all the time. When we are walking, we might be manifesting the sifat of actually mercy, some sifat of generosity. We are dealing with people, sifat of compassion, with the presence of Allah. So all the time a person is worshipping. But then they have, as I mentioned, a specific one speciality which they are very good at, and they have natural talent for that. In that one or two they can excel, they can become like Rasulullah identified the Sahaba Ikram. He said, Sayyidina Khalid ibn Walid, he identified that he mentioned he sword of Allah. So one person, sword of Allah means actually that he fought and he established once a non-Muslim came to him, he said, I want to see that sword, which is sword of Allah, which never have been breaks and things. And so Khalid ibn Walid said, in many fields of battle I have broken 6-7 swords. Sword doesn't mean sword name, meaning it is Islam is the sword actually, and I actually manifest that quality of actually. Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was a muazzin. Although when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that how shall we call people to prayers, the Sahabi which saw the dream, the azan, he was not assigned to call azan. Have you ever thought about this? Meaning it should be that, okay, look, Allah has sent message to this person in dreams, so aap azan de. Like how people think normally, oh yeah, isko de do, because he had the talent. Who had the high pitched voice, beautiful voice? What was his talent? To connect to the spiritual world and gain some guidance. So usne apna talent dikha diya. So he was good in that, but not maybe so good in the physical voice and vocal and things. Wo was a Bilal ko de diya. So if you look at the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he immediately identified what's the talent, what's the weakness, and what's the talent, and used to guide people there. So people, alhamdulillah, achieved and excelled. Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu ke bare mein, "Ma shadduhum fi amrillahi Umar," that he is organized type person. He is that Allah's command should be established, followed, and there shouldn't be any slackness in there. So he was there. So Sayyidina Ali, he identified that Ali is brave, and waqadahum Ali, knowledge and wisdom. So he is using. So one person sometimes have many Sahaba Ikram, they had one or more very, very great talents. But everyone, alhamdulillah, whoever is a human being, Allah has created something in him special, which he can excel. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
You mentioned, Hazrat Sahab, that one of the tasks of a mentor will be to help the student to find their special qualities and what they're good at. Would it be useful to have some prompts or questions that might help to facilitate those questions for the mentor to ask the mentee?
Yes, definitely. I've already mentioned them.
All of those questions.
Yeah. What do you like most? What do family say you are good at? What concerns you in the world? What is something which you automatically, which type of, it's good thing to visit his Google search and Facebook search, where what type of meaning the things he is actually likes and things. तो वो भी बताती है that automatically people they may be doctors, but they may be searching for engineering or, for example, animal kingdom or whatever. तो वो मतलब ये है कि अंदर the inner self is already there. What type of books they have collection, what type of Facebook pages they have liked, for example. So there's so many things they can, alhamdulillah. And there are about 12 different ways. It's like the organizations have personality questionnaire, personality test, it's similar. They have personality to know, is this person be a good engineer or a good doctor or a good pilot or a good politician. वो तो इसके लिए करते हैं. Similarly, there are spiritual personalities meaning as well. So they can be identified. So the mentors or other like prophetic path, they can make a questionnaire for all mentors can use that. So how to recognize your personality type, your talent and thing. Simple 10, 12 questions. So the answer can be. वो तो details है ना. We are just actually, I am just touching upon them. That's so that what, and underneath is the job of the teachers and the mentors to how to the howness and how to actually make it easier for people. So imagine one person likes teaching and you put him in or word processing, that do a transcript. He will become bored. And after some time, and he will say, I find it difficult and thing. But if he likes this type of work, he has the talent and the passion, so alhamdulillah, he will carry on. He will excel, meaning he will become a specialist in that. So you've raised a good point, and it should be generally as well that personality type, spiritual personality type test can be there, make it available, and easily everyone can go through, and alhamdulillah. And then also one can have like in career officers and career booklets, they have jobs. Then after the talents, according to that answer, they can be directed towards different departments of the tariq. If you want like media, you can go in the media. If you want dawah, you can go in welfare work. You can, for example, do writing, you can actually travel, etc. Then they can be directed as well. Then and other, so the department also knows that this person have come. He's directed by mentor, his personality is matching, and then alhamdulillah they can serve better to the optimum level.
One more.
Hazrat Sahab, there's a question on Zoom. Assalamu alaikum. In regards to the highest intention as the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is still want in it, what is the highest intention one should make?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala itself actually is the greatest intention, and actually a person should make, as I say, pleasure of Allah, and when you do something for Allah, for Allah's only, so that is even higher than that. One is for the pleasure of Allah, for the growth, that is very good as well, very high. But then it is for Allah. Someone says, I'm doing this thing for you only. That's different. If someone says, I'm doing it so that I get closer to you, that's different. So it's a high level of sincerity. So that's why what this person is asking is already been answered in the beginning, La ilaha illallah. That no one is worthy of making purpose, worship, except pleasure of Allah or Allah. Illallah. Only Allah. So they can, most of the answers already lie there beforehand, even in the kalima or the book of the tariq for that argument actually. But because we are taking that superficially, listening to kalma, namaz, and then actually asking, who shall we be worshipping for? What should be the highest intention? But we began from their teaching, from there, La ilaha illallah, that no one is worthy of worship except. They already know, but they need to be conscious of it. They accept pleasure of Allah or closeness of Allah. What is it? What do you think? La ilaha illallah. Now what is the translation of the kalima? Let me see.
There's no one worthy of worship except Allah.
Except Allah. So Allah is the argument. And in worldly terms, we understand that very much. A friend says, you are, for example, counselor, I want to stay with you because I'm closer to you, so I also get some facilities, extra privileges from you, extra rights from you. So, a different matter. And someone says, you are giving gifts, so we want to please the person, so that when you ask favor, he helps you as well. Helps you because he is pleased with you. A different matter. Then someone is with you only for you, not for these reasons, not for any. And the highest level, that's what we teach, that actually the highest level of ikhlas in the 7 levels, that all want and they are removed only for Allah Jalla Majduhu. That's what we like for ourselves. It's not like a super rocket science. You don't understand. People marry, they like a wife who, for example, only likes them for their money or for their some other actually material motive. No, the real value is for the person who only for actually that personality, personal likeness. So we worship Allah because He deserves to be worshipped. He is actually, you may say, perfect, and for that is for Him only. That's it. And then some people, according to, because their level, they can translate or understand for pleasing Allah, for closeness of Allah, for Jannah, for Akhirah. They are all versions of ikhlas, and they are all ikhlas. Nothing is there in sincerity, but they are all versions. They have different levels and things.
That is always not a question.
One of the Mashayikh of Shadliya, he gave example. He said, we are sinful people, but ikhlas is, he said something, when someone have done sin and they are thrown in hellfire, they still will be worshipping Allah there. he still will be having good opinion and saying it for Allah. And it is mentioned in the when Imam Ibn Kathir mentioned in the book that there is one person thrown in hellfire and he will be doing wird of the two names of Allah. He's doing zikr of Allah, ibadah of Ya Hannan, Ya Mannan. The one who does favors upon people and things. So, because he had done many sins and completely rebellious action-wise, so he'll be punished for a long time. He's punished. But after 1,000 years, Allah will respond to him and say, "My servant, you know when I have made a decision for you in hellfire, and people are screaming and things, you become patient. Why are you?" He said, "I have no other God to worship and call." So I might as well screaming and doing something else. I actually do this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, with His mercy, said, yes, you are right, and you have favor upon him and forgive him. Because of his sincerity. तो बंदे का ज़हन ये हो कि मैं कोई दुनिया की मुसीबत तो नॉर्मल चीज़ है कि मैं तो अल्लाह ही का हूँ, ये नहीं कि मुसीबत आई तो मैं अल्लाह को छोड़ गया, बीमारी आई तो अल्लाह छोड़ गया, पैसा नहीं है तो अल्लाह को छोड़ गए. And these things that even if I am punished in hell or wherever, my Lord is Allah, my worship is for Him, I will still call Him, because there is no one except Him at all. That's why even any person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say that any person who have a small atom's weight iman, meaning with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he should be taken, because this is great value. And if a person has sincerity.
No more.
किसी ने वो feedback तो नहीं देनी सलाह और ऐसी, particularly regarding these topics, because as we have said that even in muraqabah, learn about this topic which we are covering, so a person can gain more and more insight.
da 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 da